you two? Okay, alright, we'll keep reading. He marveled at the beautiful blue of his elegant long neck and the greens and golds of his magnificent tail. The more he looked at himself, the more the peacock simply couldn't believe how handsome he was. He thought he must be the most noble and majestic of all the birds. I am surely the envy of every creature in the land, he said to himself. One day, while he was admiring himself in the lake as usual, the peacock met a crane. The crane was a large and handsome bird, but he had plain feathers and strong wings for flying great distances in the cold weather. He was pale gray and white, with black tips on his wings, and was certainly not as dazzling as the peacock. "Good morning, Peacock," said the crane. "How are you this very fine day?" "I'm very well, as you can see, Crane," said Peacock, as he paraded up and down. His tail was fanned out as wide as it would go, so that Crane could admire it properly. The crane was impressed. "Your tail is one of the most beautiful sights I have ever seen," he said generously. "You must be immensely proud." "I am indeed," said Peacock grandly. "Every day I give thanks that I am the most handsome bird alive. Look how my feathers shine in the sun. They are decorated with every color of the rainbow. In fact, I think my tail probably has even more colors than the rainbow." The peacock turned slowly in front of the crane, his tail fluttering and shimmering. The crane nodded politely in agreement. The peacock's beauty was truly a sight to behold. Peacock continued boasting. "I am the jewel in the world's crown," he went on. "I am dressed in robes of royalty. I might as well be king of the birds." The crane paused before replying. "What you say is true," he said. "I don't know anyone who would disagree that your feathers are the finest in the world." The peacock gloated at the crane's words and replied rudely, "It must be hard for you, poor crane, to stand this close to me, when you are so plain and dull." "I may have plain feathers while you have the robes of a king," said the crane to the peacock, "but my life is far richer. While you see beauty only in yourself, I see the beauty in the whole world around me." The peacock looked at the crane in disbelief, shocked that anyone could question his superiority. "I do things you can only dream of," continued the crane. "By day I travel for miles and miles to new lands, where there are birds just as fabulously feathered as you are, and at night I fly so high I can almost touch the stars." "I can fly a bit too," said the peacock, blushing with embarrassment. "Perhaps you can," replied the crane, "but can you fly over mountains and oceans? Can you fly high above the clouds and warm your wings on the rays of the sun?" The peacock was silent while the crane continued to boast. "Just because I am not as beautiful as you does not make me any less interesting than you." At last, Peacock had to agree with Crane's wise words. With that, Crane began to flap his strong wings and took off over the lake. Peacock could only stand and watch while the crane flew off into the morning sun for another exciting adventure. It is better to have substance and value than simply to be beautiful. The end. Did you learn much, or are we still a vain boy?
I'm still king, baby.
I am king, the handsomest and chubbiest of babies, though I cannot crawl yet. Soon I will, and then I will have the best of both worlds.